Hey guys, it's James with Turo Tales. Showing you today, answering a question about GPS trackers. Do I use them and what do I recommend? So of our 8 vehicles, we have 2 that have GPS trackers, and the 2 GPS trackers we have are automatic pros. Now, I was recently sent this one. This is a Zubie, and I'm just going to go through installation on this one and then use it for a month or so and then give you some feedback on which one I prefer. Just real quick, the automatic pros normally run about $150. They are a 3G phone cellular network that tracks the location of the vehicle more or less real time. It's not instantaneous, but I think it's once every 10 to 25 seconds you get an update. So when you're looking at it, you can actually see it driving around pretty accurately. What it can do is it can tell you check engine lights. It can tell you things like if they're braking hard or doing hard accelerations. Obviously the location of the GPS. It cannot unlock doors. It cannot remote disable the vehicle's engine. And so it has its pros and cons. But as far as price, we liked that it was $150 or at the time we got it less, and it came with 5 years of service. That was a big thing for us, was the 5 years of service. Zubie is slightly less. We got this sent for free, and I'm going to tell you how we did that. But first, I want to make sure that this is actually any good, and the company that sent it to us isn't a scam. And they haven't got back to me yet, so it's not looking good for them. But if it does work out, I'll let you know how to get this and how I got it for free and how you can do the same thing. And it has nothing to do with the YouTube channel or my many subscribers. I love all you guys, but please subscribe, so maybe that one day will be true. All right, so it came like this, and inside was this card. I'm not going to show you, but it actually has the activation code on it. So, little activation code. Since I haven't activated it yet, I will just keep that to myself. And then inside the box, it comes with the actual OBD2 adapter and then a little how-to guide. And that's really all that's in it. In here, it just has some really quick instructions. Get the app, turn the car on, plug it in, and take it for a drive. That's it. So we're up to the point, I have the app, I've downloaded it, and now we're just going to take it for a drive and see how it connects and go from there. But before I do that, I just wanted to talk about what the benefit is of having something like this. And it doesn't have to be this one. There are better ones, and they cost a little bit more, and they also cost a little bit to install. This is nice because it's easy, it's fairly, well, it's free, but it's cheap if you buy it yourself, and you can do it yourself in a second. Again, the thing we like about it is we are able to track our vehicle. So we had an incident last week where our minivan was driven to Disneyland and back, which is a round trip of 2,000 miles. They only had about half that, 900 miles on the trip. They ended up extending it for a day, so they got 1,050, but that still wasn't enough to cover the whole trip. So the reason that's good and that's helpful is it's nice to know, for example, tomorrow we have a renter returning the car, and then there's only a very small gap between the 2 times. So I can check, and I have in the past checked and seen where my renter's at to know, hey, they're not going to make their drop-off time already. And so that allows me to start preparing and setting expectations for the next renter, and as we did on one occasion, switching out vehicles and contacting that renter proactively and saying, hey, the vehicle that you requested is not going to be here, and I'm so sorry, but we have another vehicle. And in that case, we were lucky or fortunate that the vehicle we had was nicer than the vehicle that they had actually rented, so they were fine with it. I could see an issue coming up if the vehicle that we were offering to switch out with was not as nice. If we had tried to switch one of our brand new 2018 Terrains with a 2005 Ford Taurus, there might be some issues there. But anyway, either way, having a little device, a little adapter installed, gave us the ability to be proactive about that situation and start making things work. Whereas if we hadn't have had it, we didn't have that peace of mind, and we would have just been sitting there waiting, stressing, I imagine. So that's one good thing. It also tells you your mileage. It's also helpful, big thing for recovering the vehicle. So we have been fortunate. We've only had one instance where we thought we might need to recover a vehicle. It wasn't being returned on time. The guy wasn't responding to our messages. And so we thought we'd have to, repo our own vehicle. And while that was kind of a interesting experience, luckily it didn't have to happen. But it could, right? And so having something like this allows me to know where my vehicle is at all times, and if I need to, then it's as simple as going and getting it. All right, some of the problems with these. To install it, you plug it in. To uninstall it, you unplug it. Now it'll still give you a little bit of time, but in the next 30 minutes or an hour, you're gonna lose where this tracker is at. And if somebody wanted to just pull it out and chuck it out the window, there'd be nothing you could do to find your vehicle. So some of those other ones that are actually installed in the engine that have the engine disable might be better if that is a real big concern of yours. And if we had like a nicer vehicle, we might look at something like that. Some vehicles have it built in. OnStar, if you subscribe to that, might have that ability. Tesla, if you have a Tesla and you're renting it out, they already have that option built into it with the Tesla app. So there are vehicles that are starting to get this kind of functionality, but for these older vehicles or kind of lower grade vehicles, something like this or the Cobra, the disable app that goes under your hood and can actually unlock the cars and disable a vehicle is a little bit better of a solution. So definitely get one of these. It's $150 for 5 years for the Automatic Pro. The Zubie, I don't have exact prices on me. It was a little bit cheap, but it only came with 1 year of service. And I'm actually gonna have to go on my phone and clarify that in 1 year I need to make a decision so that it doesn't just automatically renew without me making a conscious decision. So there you go. This is my review on conceptually, at least, about having something like this. We recommend it, we like it. Coming up soon, we're gonna go into automated messages. How do you set them up, and who we use to do it. It makes remote handoffs, I can't imagine doing it without it, honestly. So Zubie, I haven't tested it yet. I'll let you know if it's good or bad. Below I'll give you the links to Automatic Pro, to Zubie, and to another one that does have the remote disable. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Again, this is James with Turo Tales. We started with one vehicle, we're up to 8. Our earnings are still going up. Things are going good for us, and we've had a lot of success. So we want you to have that same success, but to also understand the dangers and the risks that you're taking at the same time. So please subscribe to these videos. It helps us out a lot. Our goal is 1,000 by Christmas. If we can do that, that'd be really helpful to us. And we appreciate you guys' comments coming in. And always stay clap. Whoa, that was supposed to be like 2 of these fingers. Let's see. Okay, I didn't mean to flip you off. You guys stay classy.